Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I don't know if you ever encountered this kind of situation when you participate in a competition. Maybe not necessarily as a participant, but just as a person in the stands watching the competition. And let's say that's a local competition, which means is a very low profile thing, and then a team or an individual wins this competition, and that the winner celebrates as if, you should be happy, but what I'm talking about is the proportion, because that person will celebrate, will be congratulated, will make it as if that person who actually won some, local little brawl or something, celebrates and tries to make it as if won, the World Cup or something. It's or the Universe Cup or something, let's put it this way. So I'm trying to say that sometimes it's just bad taste when you see too much celebration of something that really, do you understand that this is just a local bullshit? I'm not saying you should not be happy with it or about it, but it's just, the situation here. The proportion. So this is what happens, I think, with this war in Ukraine. A lot of weasels, politicians, they act as if they are really, really, really in the middle of the Second World War. Or, I don't know, maybe even worse, if that's possible. Where they act as if, they make comparisons between, let's say, Churchill and Zelensky, and they make between Putin and Adolf, as we know there's no way around it, and almost you can't say it, because then that means you minimize other people's interests, and you can't do that. That's forbidden. You can't do that. So anyway, or the D-Day or something, and the V-Day, the D-Day, the things like this. So you understand what I'm trying to say. You have a little scuffle in the neighborhood, and they think that they won the world championship in boxing. So this is what's going on here with some people who lost how should I put it, sense of reality. In this case, I'm talking about the Czech Prime Minister, who really thinks that he's, the ones with Enola Gay, with a fat boy. Remember when they dropped the first bomb? I think the first one or the second one was the fat boy, in the name of Churchill, and they wrote it was named all that, and they used to do this. By this guy, the Czech Prime Minister signs his name, personal name, on a T-72 tank that will be given to Ukraine by Czech Republic. Now, you know what I mean? It's really a disproportionate, delusional interpretation of reality. But let's read this article coming from Ukrainska Pravda from January 9th, 2023. Czech Prime Minister personally signs T-72 tank that will be given to Ukraine. This is like they're gonna win against Hitler again or something. The Prime Minister of Czech Republic, Petr Fiala, personally signed the T-72 tank that will be sent to the Ukrainian military. For me, that would be a spectacle of bad taste if I would be a Czech. Regarding if I agree with this or I disagree with the delivery of the tanks. I think, really, stop this. You're just a nobody. You just, what I mean? The whole thing is not what you want it to appear it is, which is the Russians going to invade and destroy the free world as we know it. No, I do not subscribe with that imbecility. I'm sorry, they try. It works with, as I always say, that kind of strata of the society with the people below 86 IQ, the cowards. Yeah, with the cowards, yeah, that's how it works. People that are afraid of their own shadows. The people who are haven't been around the block one time. They're afraid of everything. They just want to stay home and be left alone, and someone else dictate their lives, and that's it. And everybody should do the same thing. Now, nobody else is supposed to do anything else. Everybody should be a nihilist and stay home and be defeated by the whatever. Now, this guy wrote about this on his Twitter. So he posted it and he wrote on Twitter so everybody knows how strong, how tough he is. Anyway, and I'm quoting, "I wrote a short message to the brave Ukrainian defenders on the T-72 tank that will soon go to Ukraine. I believe that Ukrainians will win in their fight against the Russian aggressor," end quote, wrote Petro Fiala, adding a photo. I wonder if Petro Fiala sent the same kind of thing to the Russians in the breakaway republics when they were attacked by the Ukrainian army in 2014. Did you do that? And if not, why not? Did you go and call those guys in the, breakaway republics, the families that were killed, the children? No, you didn't? Oh, okay, by the Ukrainian army since 2014. Did you call them? Did you say, "Hey, I'm sorry for the bombs coming from the Ukrainian army to you civilians"? Has he? No. Did he call anybody Poroshenko and tell, "Hey, Poroshenko, why didn't you implement the Minsk agreement for what, 8 years or so? Or how many years you were in power?" Did he call Angela Merkel and tell her, "Hey, why didn't you?" And others. So you see, this pretense of care and support is just has no value. You know why it's no value? Because it's not of a value. Of something that has value, regardless who does it, has value. You know what I mean? So if someone commits a crime, it doesn't matter if that's my father, your father, his father, or her father. A crime is a crime. And you, if you have values, you should definitely say something against it and say, "No, that is condemned." You should condemn that. You don't condemn it only if it's his father, but if it's his father who's your friend, no. Or something, you are with him in, you're going to go and rob a bank tomorrow, so therefore you're not going to condemn his father because he's going to be your partner in crime. So you understand, this Piotr, this just picks and chooses, where values are not like that, because those are not values. But he definitely does that. The inspection of the tank cannon read, "To the brave defenders of Ukraine." Nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. I mean, in a way that, oh my God, he should not do that, or he should do whatever he wants. He's a free man. The problem is, I also have the right to look at it as being something ridiculous, you know. And anyway, he doesn't understand that possibly the interest that he writes that for, and I'm not talking about the Ukrainian army, I'm talking about the guys behind the Ukrainian army, they're actually not his enemy. They're not his friends. But, you know, it's just maybe those guys who are fueling and supporting, sponsoring these kind of things are actually not Fiola's friends in general. Maybe they are his because he's still in power, probably because they accept it, they agree with that. Otherwise he would be out of the office. He would be called names and so on. Anyway, as evidenced by other posts of the Prime Minister that day, he visited the Excalibur Army Defense Industry Enterprise, which manufactures equipment for the ground forces and is engaged in the modernization of older models, including T-72 tanks, Dana self-propelled howitzers, as well as RM-70 multiple launch missile systems. He notes that all these types of weapons are already in use by the armed forces of Ukraine. And I'm quoting, "The largest contract that Excalibur Army is working on in this area is the supply of modernized T-72 tanks to Ukraine, which is jointly financed by the United States of America and the Netherlands." There you have it. This cooperation has very happy about money, money, money. In autumn, a public initiative in the Czech Republic collected more than 1 million euros in 1 month for the purchase of a modernized T-72 for Ukraine. The tank was named Tomáš in honor of the first president of Czechoslovakia, Tomáš Masaryk. Okay, Masaryk. Good for you. So yeah, such a big deal by a small guy in a small country, in a very unimportant country if you take it globally. But he's right there. He's very, you know, well, whatever, man. The problem is some people do not see it as I think it should be seen, as just an act of shut up, kind of. But anyway, that's the way it is. And believe me, Czech Republic does not consider being at war with Russia. All right? And this act is not considered a hostile act against Russia. No, it's actually a positive act supporting the good of the Western civilization. Well, if I tell you right now that I'm an angel and I consider myself an angel, does it make me an angel? No, unless I'm with other idiots like me and we all consider one another angels. But are we angels? I know, because there are some people over there who sees who we are. Just regular people. That's what we are. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.